Oh yeah, tomorrow I might be on for like a little bit, and then I got to go on my flight. So maybe you could just get the stream ready,
Mm-hmm.
and then for Friday, can we do Zoom?
Yes.
I don't have all this stuff on my laptop.
Yep. All right. We are live.
All right. Whew. All right. Let me see. Do I have the screen? I do. Nickels and dimes day. It is true. I mean, it is an in and out day. You know, a lot of people. I went on this. What's the show called? I went on this show yesterday. I've been doing a lot of media appearances, and it's got 26,000 views, and everyone in the chat was making fun of Starbucks. I think this is like more an investing crowd, not short-term trading. And they thought I was a cuckoo. I mean, I'm wearing a damn alligator shirt on the TV. So, I mean, I feel like it. But the results don't lie. I closed out balance of Starbucks like 70+%. Excuse me, closed out more pins. I think I only have like a 5 lot left. 3 lot left. I had a 30 lot. I closed all these little stocks I bought yesterday, just about. Like I got like 50 shares. SLS 200 shares. TTI closed out 200 shares. I have 1 left for 199. I bought shares of Uroy, QS, EOS closed out more pre-market. CDZI closed out more. But I talked about CDZI, EOS, and Starbucks. They're like, oh, the stocks are up already. Well, have you all seen the call buying? They spent another $650K on calls. So I guess I don't realize a lot of people are like long-term investing. And this is not long-term investing. This is short-term trading. Like I bought that fat stock. I don't even know what the hell the stock does. Phantom Pharmaceuticals. But I don't care. The calls are up 40%. Stock's up now 9%. I don't know what it is, nor do I care. I just trade and try to make some money. But that's it. Yeah, don't try to be a financial advisor over here. Right, you can't invest. Exactly. You really can't invest. You want to invest, and don't tell publisher Nate this. But every time CNBC says markets in turmoil or doomsday, just go buy the S&P or the Qs or the Dow or the RUD. Just go buy that and then don't look at it. I mean, that's the best investment strategy I can give. Like every time TKO goes down in the Russell, I haven't in a while, but every time TKO was going down, I would buy it and then I sold it up here. But long term, you know, like I still have $250,000 in small caps. Should I have sold it here? Probably, but it's an investment. So I plan on holding it for, I don't know, forever. And then too, sometimes I'll trade. Like I bought SQQ calls today. Sometimes I'll trade if I feel like I'm getting too long in the tooth. Like this morning, I was buying SQQ calls because I felt like I had too many longs and the market was too good. So I just go buy some SQQ. And I already flipped. I think I have like 3 left. I already flipped out most of them. So it's just, you know, you got to be nimble. As I mentioned on Telegram, you can't get really married to anything because, I mean, look what happened today. The market is, we didn't do a 4 p.m. trade today, thankfully. The market it sold off 100 points. I mean, that's insane. 100-point sell-off. So you got to be nimble. You got to date the market, not marry it. You know. No, I don't buy Irene puts. I don't buy expensive puts. Heck, I don't even really buy puts. I don't even buy puts. I buy SQQ calls. That's my hedge instrument. You know, I don't really buy puts. If I buy puts, it's got to be earnings or a crash. But no expensive puts. Just expensive puts never really pay off. And like, would you really buy puts in this? I don't have the guts to. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't. They could buy 10 million in Irene puts today, and I still wouldn't buy puts in it. Just you can't make money on puts. I mean, you can, but it's very hard. AMD, I tried sending AMD calls today. Are they buying more AMD? They're buying more AMD. If these are under $5, I'll buy them. But I tried sending y'all AMD calls after that $1.3 million buyer. Golly, they're $5.85. But I tried to, but while I was typing the alert, they jumped like 25% on those 240s. The stuff moves so quick that I can't stress it enough. If you can have the news flow scanner, I mean, look, they're already $6. Try to get it if you can get it, because we physically can't send alerts fast enough. I mean, we post them in the option pit, but to send an alert, type it, text, and email, we really can't without the stock already moving right now. Stuff is moving so fast that they buy big thing of calls, stock moves. And, then you're playing catch up, which is never a good spot to be in. So today, what I want to do, I don't know how you've lost, Daniel, on them, because we had nice profits on. I mean, QS calls move like 20% in this flash too. Yeah, I don't know how. You might be trading either too big or not taking profits. Because I even tried buying VFC calls today for 85, and they jumped to like 94. So you got to always take profit targets. Use the Telegram's good. The Telegram is the fastest for sure. But on my Robinhood account, what I want to do today, where's my Robinhood account? So I always forget I have a Robinhood account. I'll go like weeks without trading it. So year to date, where are we? Up 94% now year to date. We're like 96%, but market sold off. And you can see I'm trading small. 50, 200, 50, 50, 200. Not contract, stock. But what I want to do, because I fly to Vegas tomorrow, and I got to have some risk. NVTS, yeah, that was real good. That one was at $9 yesterday in the option pit. Where's NVTS? A lot of Intel calls today. 14. So on Monday on the option pit, it was $9. Now it's 14. Whew. What I want to do today is I want to have some sweat on for Vegas. And I want to try to get 100% and then blow it all. So how much would that be? 16. So like, let's say 17,000 while I'm in Vegas. Either blow it all or hopefully double or triple it. That's my goal when I'm in Vegas this week. So if you see me, I will be gambling and hopefully meeting some of y'all. But I need some kind of reason, I guess. So I figured if I can hit 100%, I'm justified. If not, well, I'm a loser. So I want to do some play just like we did. What was it? XLF earlier in the week. Look at the AMD go. You see what I mean? As soon as they buy calls, stock pops $1. I mean, you can't send it. You got to have the news flow scanner. So we did XLF earlier in the week. It was good. Nothing crazy. I sold it too early. I should have sold it higher. I know some of y'all did. Like 75, 100%. But I want to do something to have my oomph. A little something to look forward to. So if you have any tickers in the chat, what do you think would present a good opportunity if you're in the chat to do? I want to look at earnings personally. Should we look at earnings? Because we did one trade today in earnings that I really like for a shadow trader. Well, let's look what comes out. Something either after hours, before, or it could be Thursday or Friday. Let's take a look. UAL, an airliner. What else? Anything in UAL? Those expired. All right, well, those expired. TSM, Schwab, boring. So really only TSM. What do we see in TSM? Some bears, some bulls. It trades so much stock, though. And these are probably going to be expensive. Let me just look. TSM's like kind of trading NVIDIA. It's juiced to the gills. Yeah, I think they're going to be too expensive. $13.50 move. So no TSM. Just too rich. Too rich for me. Got to do something cheap. Cheaper options. Let's see what else we got. I need something cheap. What do we have Friday? Christian, do you have an earnings calendar?
Yep, let me look it up.
Thank you.
I do know we have SLB on Friday before.
What is it?
SLB.
That's silver.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Silver doesn't have earnings. You're talking SLV, the silver ETF?
Schlumberger.
Oh, SLB. Yeah. Well,
SLB.
we can't talk about trade alerts for premium services.
Gotcha.
Or Publisher Nate will get mad.
Let's see what we have.
But yeah, we did those already.
We have UAL after the close today, TSM before the open tomorrow.
Right, we already talked about those.
American Express Friday before the open, and then Alley Friday before the open.
All boring. All right. Well, yeah. I guess earnings don't get good till next week. We don't have like Visa or MasterCard. They're next week. Yeah, they're all next week. Or the week after, actually. American Express is, Friday. Just doesn't move. We need some movers. All right, so no real earnings that we could gamble in. Maybe we'll give the free people a trade later because it's the only thing I really like. All right, well, let's see what else we got here in the chat. Not a lot of stuff, as y'all know, I love. You got to be nimble in the market. Nokia? I mean, there were some Nokia calls. The Poet saw more call buying today. How was the poet been? Jesus. $9.40 to $8. Well, be nimble. That's for sure. Good heavens. You. 27 to $23. Wow. So if you're wondering why volatility is high in a lot of stocks, now you know. When stocks move, 20% intraday, market makers are going to charge an arm and a leg. All right, wow. So it's a rich man's game, isn't it? Jeez. Bitdeer's up 25%. Pizza, by the way, is up. Looks like the buyout's going through. All right, well, we're going to have to wait, I think. Grab, yeah, you could do Grab. It's cheap. When do they report earnings? No, first week of November. That's too long. Can't do anything there. Can y'all post the link in Telegram? Christian, can you?
The link is
going to be too expensive.
It's in Telegram.
No. Can you post a link to my Telegram on here?
Oh, yeah.
Grab. Yeah, I don't think it's horrible. I just want something quicker. I don't want to wait till November. Rocket. When do they report? Not for a while. 11:10. We need something that is going to move between now and maybe next week max. HL already in Helga. Yeah, already in Helga. Helga's been we started getting in Helga around like $8 from the news flow scanner. Gold, silver, already in those. Yeah, there's the Telegram. Don't want to do crypto. I don't really like anything crypto. Fly. Yeah, that's a good pick. That's actually not a bad pick. Everything's February or May, though. How much are Fly like November 30s? $4.90? That's what I mean. Some stuff you just can't trade. Wow. All right, well, we're not doing that. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to find some stuff. Christian, can you turn off your mic?
Yep.
That little noise. I already have LES. Here's what we'll do. So we have, so we could spin the wheel. Because we got to spin the wheel today. Here's what we'll do. We'll give it about 30 minutes. We'll get out at lunchtime. And after lunchtime, TTI sold today. After lunchtime, we'll spin the wheel. And we'll do either 500 or we'll do $1,000. That's what we'll do. We'll do $500 or $1,000, and we'll do. Here's what I'm looking at so far. We already did one of them. Maybe we'll do more. So I'm looking at so far SLB, which I already have calls for premium service. First Solar, I think, is going to be too expensive in TSM. But you're in the right thought process. UAL, I don't really have any opinion. All the options expired in it. Wells Fargo, yeah, that was good. Bank was up. Wells Fargo was up again. Maybe AMD. Just it's so rich. I'll put it on here though. I just hate doing the expensive options because if you're trading like a $2,000 account, obviously you can't really, trade a $500 option, right? So you really can't do stuff like that. Hello, how did you hedge today with SQQ? The market just seemed a little too bullish, and I had some long. So anytime the market seems too good to be true, always look to hedge. Yeah, I got out of TTI stock. I sold some. I didn't get filled in the options. I had a one lot. Liquidity is horrible in some names. All right, what else? KO Ford. Those don't really excite me. They're just not too big of movers. UAL, no. UUU, I feel like it's too expensive. Yeah, the November options are going to be, do I even want to know? 430, that's way too much money. Too rich. You could do the stock, but I'm trying to do something that can move. Yeah, I just did call options for SQQ. But I already flipped them. I already sold them today, to be fair. I mean, I already sold most of them. So I think, again, anytime something goes up 20, 30%, I'm always selling some. But yeah, if you want the SQQ, we did it in the option pit. Right here at 948 and then bought more at 1008. And I did November monthlies. If you did the weeklies, obviously you'd be up a lot more. Hood? Ugh. Pepsi pop, so Coke can too. That's not a bad analysis. Pepsi and Coke are a flight to safety. I mean, you're not wrong. Have we seen any Coke calls? Oh, we did back in September 30th and 25th. September 30th. Damn. 66 a share. And then the 25th, 66 and change a share. All right, maybe. You guys and girls might be barking up the right tree with Coke. I guess it's a hedge too, because if markets go down, Coke goes up. All right, we got the big three. All right, you're not bad. EOSE, I sold some stock today. Yeah, maybe EOSE. All right, I'll include that too. You could always get back in. All right, you know what I should do? I should write these on a spreadsheet. Because if not, I'm going to forget. Here, let me just make these on a sheet. Just so we have accountability. Yeah, me trading Coke and Asteroid should hit. I agree. But they're cheap options. So, again, anything that's cheap, I'll do. Coreway is going to be too expensive. All right, AMD, Slumberjay. We already have Slumberjay, though. So I prefer not to do it. KO, EOSE. Wheel potential, wheel plays. All right. What's going to be the lowest risk? Coke. The highest risk? EOSE. And then AMD is just so rich. So we'll do that. We'll have some fun with the wheel. We'll do it no later than maybe 2:30. BITF. Yeah, Bitfarm. I also like Intel. I actually bought some Intel stock today. I'm going to include Intel on the list just because it's been so good this year. All right, I think we have a good selection. I'll post these in the chat too. Yeah, that's the thing. Some of these spreads and bid ask are just too wide, and just you really difficult to trade. And just with a little bit of volatility, it just makes it hard. I mean, it makes it hard in general, but just not a fan of the big bid-ask spreads. All right. In the meantime, what I'm going to do, Christian, did you send it to me?
Yep.
I feel like Intel. Or where is it? All right. In the meantime, before we get into our wheel plays, we're going to go over Shadow Trader. And you might be wondering, Lance, why? Well, or not Shadow Trader, the news flow scanner. Because the news flow scanner we've been getting lots of questions on. And, Friday I probably won't be around, so we got to have some material for it. Oh, did y'all know this? Starbucks CEO is going on Kramer tonight. So if you're wondering why Starbucks has rallied the past couple of days, one, that big $800,000 call buyer, and then two, the CEO is going to go pump the stock on TV today. So Starbucks probably more upside. And remember, you still get earnings if you're for those call options. All right, so please take a minute to read these reminders. All right, it was hot, so I had to turn off the door. Can't handle losing a trade. Play shuffleboard. I am not a school teacher. I'm a degenerate gambler who is a 7-figure trader this year. So very proud. But yeah, please read the risk disclaimer. If you don't like real trading, again, there's other people in this company who do like teaching, who will teach you what a moving average is and what is a sector. I don't really do any of that stuff. So just full disclosure. All right. If you followed along, let's get the camera going. Oh, it's not even big screen. Hold on, let me move the big screen. If you followed along the free Stonkamania trades in the last 60 days, then you're most likely in a good spot. I would agree. We did 4 400% winners, an 800% winner. I think that, Christian, you did 833%?
Yeah, on PDD.
I think I did like 810.
That was
We
crazy.
did Sweet Green, 500%. Kava, 400%. I ate there yesterday. Upstart, Chipotle, all the goodies. But several of your peers are doing extremely well. LK Tay. I love that name. 100% on Capri. Jeff, 100% in TSM. Susie, 1,000%. Andrea, 300%. Maybe we'll do TSM. Maybe add that to the list. Costas, no wonder why you want to do Core Wave, because you did it 162% here. I see you. I see you in the chat. Going back to Old Faithful. Smart. If you make money in a name before, I always like going back to it. So I see what you did there. And then some more. If you missed, well, missed out. But no need to beat yourself up. Oh, I didn't see that part. You see, I'm here with the brain behind it all. You know what I just realized, Christian? You're probably supposed to read this.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'll read it.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. Whoopsies. I'm the brain behind it all, apparently. Basically, I made this about 10 years ago, back when I was an institutional trader for retail traders. And it's basically institutional order flow in the option market. Or some people on TV call it unusual option activity. But really, it's following the biggest trades in real time in the option market. Because my methods have nothing to do with traditional market tactics, but rather a unique piece of software. Really, it's a website. You don't have to download anything. And I've been using it for more than a decade. Already, we've seen dozens of the best overnight returns. FedEx, 183%. CVS, 100%. Also did 500% in GLD, Costa says. FLG, 350%. That's the mayor of New York play. Apparently, he might win. Munami. Now, obviously, those are really incredible returns, but I am down like $1,300 in Cotrera, so fully disclosure there. But none of these are back tested. I don't believe in that. I believe in real trading. Win, lose, draws. Oh yeah, day was a buyout. INQ, IWM. That's me. Same, different Hawaiian shirt, but same style. A little tight. They call me one of the best retired option traders on the planet. Well, because I'm retail independent now. And yet, I credit the success to that news flow scanner. And that's because it's given the traders a chance to profit the best market explosive news. Earnings, beats and misses, buyouts, upgrades, downgrades, investor conferences, and anything else that can move a stock. Right now, it's been the White House. And that's why we're here today. I'm going to show you how you can use it every day in real time. And let me turn it over to me. Thank you, Christian, for the kind introduction.
You're very welcome.
You're welcome. Yes, that was very nice. If you need to grab a pen, do it now. Uber? Oh, yeah, you know what? I don't even have it up. Hold on. Skirt. Little detour. Got to make sure I always have the news flow scanner up. Damn, that's a massive bet in SoundHound. Good Lord. Almost 3 million in SoundHound calls? Jeez. They're $10 in the money. So that's a stock replacement in SoundHound. It's still a really big bet. SoundHound, that's a huge bet, gang. Let me move it over so I can still look at it and get distracted. Google, not bad either. All right. As y'all know, I don't look at a company's spreadsheets, financial statements, or technical analysis. Heck, sometimes I'll buy a stock just because I like the ticker, like yesterday. I mean, really, I don't look at any goofy candlestick pattern or anything like that. I only look at the news flow scanner, and publisher Nate just sent out a marketing message. Okay. And that's because there's a good chance it's likely to be bullish or bearish news. Now, let's take a look at the Boeing. Boeing was the biggest loser. I think that's a weight loss show in the Dow, and the shares were moving lower, 37%. Anyone with a little common sense knew it was a bad time to buy the stock. However, on October 29th at 10 a.m., it ranked bullish, a double whammy, 2 orders on the news flow scanner. Add them up, it's about $270,000 in the November 1st calls. This told me bullish news could send shares exploding higher, and sure enough, 24 hours later, Boeing news was making over the media. The shares then popped on the good news and spiked higher. If you waited, it would have been too late. But how do you just copy the same option listed on the news flow scanner that was good to collect 75% return? $1,000 to $1,750. Now, that's a nice return in a short period, but this is not a hypothetical example. I took the trade with my own moolah, and that's important because we didn't have to bend over backwards to get in. Just waited for the signal to flash on the scanner. More AMD calls. If they buy another AMD call, we're going to do AMD. Because they can't stop with AMD. It's like a tiramisu after dinner. We just checked to see if it was bullish or bearish, and then copied the same one like a copycat, a cheat code. Now, what I'm sharing with you is not just another strategy. It's not another indicator. It's a quantum leap forward for anyone who is trading from home, which is why I want to share the scanner with you, show you how to use it, because it will open your eyes how professional, institutional, big money whales make money in today's stock market. Not just by me, we copied the biggest trades on the planet. You see, I spent time on a Wall Street trade desk, and I can tell you firsthand, they're not trading technical patterns like pullbacks or 8-day moving average pullback to buy. They're not doing any of that low probability stuff. They're greedy bastards, and they will do anything, and I mean anything, to trade on the information that's flagged on the news flow scanner. Like, for example, Starbucks. How many of you knew up until 10 minutes ago the CEO was going on Kramer? I didn't, but we did see 800,000 in calls the other day. So obviously that trader who bought 800,000 in calls probably said, oh, our Starbucks CEO is going to go on Kramer to talk good about the company. Before he goes and everyone buys the stock in Starbucks after Kramer, let me buy some call options so I can make 70% on my $800,000 in a couple days. And maybe he'll make more. But that's how money is made in the stock market. It's not, let me buy Starbucks after the CEO tells me everything's going to be good. No, it's, let me buy calls, have the Starbucks CEO go on Kramer, announce some good news, and then profit from it. Is that fair? No. Is it legal? Yes. Does it happen all the time? Of course. And that's all I want to do, is copy those rat bastards. Pardon my French, but it's true. That's because it can usually tell which stocks are going to move, bullish or bearish news, so good or bad news. It happened with Facebook. So it not only happens with little stocks, but even the biggest companies in the world. Many of the Wall Street analysts were calling for a correction, and the traditional indicators were staying the same. The RSI, the MACD, the Bollinger Bands, all those are reactive, not proactive, by the way, so you don't want to use them. But 4 minutes before the close, Meta ranked bullish. So usually too, those end of day orders are really, really good. Those orders that happen right before the closing bell. So the last like 10 minutes of the day, be on your heels and toes, as they say. Once again, it was a clear sign bullish news could send this stock higher. And sure enough, after the close, a few minutes later, Facebook announced their first positive revenue in 3 full quarters. So it was a big news. And it was making headlines around the world, from LA with their wonderful mayor and governor. New York, another fine political city with the new mayor coming in. Don't cancel me. Detroit, I hear, is very nice. And Canada, the old prime minister is now dating Katy Perry, was talking about the Meta. And even Australia. The Aussies were talking how Meta results and the stock is soaring. As expected, the shares jumped $40 overnight, making it the second largest move in history. And if you followed the Wall Street analysts, you missed out. Oh, darn those guys. But had you just piggybacked on the same trade listed on the news flow scanner, you would have had $1,000, could have turned into over $4,300 overnight. Heck yeah.
That's 3 times the average weekly salary in the USA. And it's not just me doing it, it's many of y'all. Brent made $1,102. Brooke, 265 in, out at 1145, a 332% gain. Now I get it. It looks like an unfair advantage. You're darn right it is. And when compared to normal market strategies, it is. But that's because the news flow scanner tracks Wall Street's most hidden option data that often has a direct link to market moving information. And when it flashes, we just have to copy it. That's it. Just copy it. Nothing fancy. Just copy it. Pretty black and white. Eliminate the emotion aspect of it, right? That's what I always say. Eliminate the emotions and just copy. Make it easy. Don't overcomplicate stuff. While it might sound like cheating, it's not. God, John, you traded AMD already? Good Lord. Some of y'all are quick to the gun, too. 890 to 1260. Only 5 contracts. Ooh, no, I'm kidding. So only like $4,000 to, only $4,000. Little something. So you can trade. You don't have to trade big. Like Costa says, SoundHound had 2.8 million hit the tape. You can trade with, $100, $40, $4,000. It's totally up to you, right? As y'all know, my Robinhood account, I'm doing like 3 lots or 5 lots, right? Nothing crazy. It's a way to skip past all the frustrating parts of option trading, right? Picking the expiration, the strike price, all that jazz, and just copying the same option listed on the news flow scanner. Now, nothing is guaranteed in life. Things can happen. People can lose money. Nothing can eliminate all risk from trading. But just this year, we've seen some pretty fantastic trades. I mean, I would hope so, because this year has been a big year. Oklo, back when it was $25. Oh, man. And that wasn't even that long ago, if you really think about it. T-Mobile, 150% overnight. CoreWave, back when it was a $60 stock, you can see here. So today I want to show you everything. Why? How? We use the news flow scanner. You can do it on your computer or your cell phone. Pretty cool. You can do it on your cell phone too. It works. No installation, no apps, no downloads. It's a simple website. What causes the indicator to fire and why it generates the option trade? Well, as soon as it hits the exchange, it populates it. And how you can join for the next live session. That's me again with long hair. I used to have long hair back when I was a little bit of a Florida man. And that's me. Started at Citigroup Global Markets. Traded for a hedge fund. Then traded a big book. Now I trade my little book. Not little, but Robinhood account. And they say I'm recognized under 40 for one of the top option traders. Joy. Not anymore, though. Almost hitting 40. Last year, we had some nice gains. And this year, it's been great, too. And I owe all that to the news flow scanner. And I spent the last year teaching traders new and old how to use it. And we've been documenting our progress. We probably have hundreds of hours of footage. And over the last 24 months, we went to make it more effective, more accurate, faster, easier to use. All that because we're always improving. And now we work. Intel just hit new highs. Wow. I'm telling you, the market does not wait, does it? It does not wait for you. Intel's up almost $1 from when we started. Good Lord. It really moved that fast? Jeez, brother. John says, folks, get the scanner. It could change your life. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but thank you, John. Look at these Intel. Intel's been a hot tamale, too, today. Like, for example, you think Intel's crazy? This trader today spent $2 million on the 48 strike calls for March. You may be saying, Lance, Intel's not going to $48. Well, yesterday a trader bought the December 60 calls. That's almost a double in the stock. This stuff looks crazy sometimes. Obviously, these aren't crazy. There's at the money calls. But you'll be amazed of some of the trades that hit the tape. Oh, look, First Solar, the one y'all mentioned earlier that has earnings, some calls here. Now, today there's 100 folks who use it, and I'm very proud. Some of the biggest trades of their life. Share, 4,000. Emory turned $167 to $1,268. I'm live, Luna. We're live. And we usually try to do trainings about once a week. Maybe we'll try before my flight to do a training tomorrow. Joanne made 5K. But not everyone is finding success in the option market because it has evolved. Historically speaking, you compare an option with a technical pattern and do pretty well. Maybe a stock moves 2-3%, and you would be looking at a nice gain. But not anymore. I mean, today, especially right now, options are less responsive to small changes in stock prices. That's because it's much more common for stocks to move 2 to 3% in a day, and in many cases,